Oilers Nation After Dark begins now.
Edmonton Oilers, they were out for blood tonight. Jake Wollman makes his debut in front of a packed Rogers Place crowd. Saturday night on Hockey Night in Canada, the late game. And they didn't disappoint. They almost disappointed. That third period was about as terrifying as they get. Edmonton Oilers, like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're going to get, but they found a way. Several guys get off the schneid. Jake Wollman, just like Maximum Jones, instant fan favorites here in Edmonton. Zach Hyman scores twice. Connor McDavid scores. I don't know. Let me know, where does that goal place in the all-time highlight reel for Connor McDavid? Because I think top 10, but there's so many sick goals that who knows. And the Edmonton Oilers, they hold on. And it was a win by the score of 5-4. But hey, that's a W, a big fat orange W. Hello and welcome. What up to Oilers Nation After Dark? I'm your host, Bordzy, and ONAD is a presentation of Bet365. Download the app today. Use the promo code NATION because whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Something tells me the chat's going to be... It's a Saturday night. It's late. I hope there's been some beers drank. I saw Sadistic Angel saying she was crushing drinks throughout this entire game. And the chat's got positive vibes in here, Mr. Burns. Let's go. Oh, she says cup here. Oh, some of these might be from earlier in the show. Let me find it. Percy, we have the better 96. Boom. Their 96 got laid out all over the ice. Southpaw's in, and he says, a hat trick of levelings for Mikko Rantanen. Yeah. Welcome to the Western, I guess not even the Western Conference. Just welcome to the Dallas Stars because he was getting lit up all over the place tonight. Kennedy's dad, this one was tough. Stu, no lead at save Skinner. He got the W. He made some saves there, very, very much so. The end of that hockey game reminded me like the exact same ending of Game 6 of the Western Conference Final. Ice completely tilted in the Stars' favor, but Stuart Skinner standing tall. Connor Brown's in, and he just says Yeg equals Browntown. You got to like that. Dogs, when have the Oil had this many hits in a hockey game? Just wait till you add Trent Frederick. Just wait till you add Evander Kane into the lineup. Squishies for breakfast. Woohoo! We can outscore our problems again, and the big hits are nice. Smokey the Bear, sick name, says, not the ending I pictured after 40, but I will take the W. Progress is progress. Beggars cannot be choosers, especially against the third-ranked team in the NHL, Dallas Stars. That was a big test. Gord's in, defending our boy Stuart Skinner. Not a single one of those goals was on Stu. He played great. The reffing was all capitals horrible. This league is a joke. They clearly do not like Dry or McDavid. Play the hits, brother. Kiana, big orange dubs on big orange dubs. Let's go. And as Dogs points out, we're streaking 2 in a row. Who needs 14 more? 16-game heater would solve all of my problems. Amanda, I love the new guys. And Southpaw, this made me laugh. Bordzy gonna be Hornsey after all those hits. You're damn right, brother, because that was fantastic to watch all throughout it. And then, of course, we've got Super Chats on Super Chats. Reminder, all your Super Chat donations are in support of the Ben Stelter Foundation, a cause incredibly near and dear to all of our hearts, doing awesome things for families dealing with cancer research, and magical experience for those kids and families. I apologize because I missed 2 Super Chats during pre-gaming, so we're going to start with those. It's $5 from Lance Kane saying, Wollman better hit the variety in an Oilers uniform or I'll be pissed. That auto-corrected Gritty because I know that's what he meant there, Mr. Burns. $5. Don't forget Vegas last year. The biggest splash doesn't guarantee the cup. And then we get in tonight, and everyone's feeling generous. Rusty the Reckless Optimist, $10 Super Chat. What an unreal game. Oilers score 5 even strength goals. Stu makes some huge saves. Dallas is a good team. Give them credit for the push at the end. But Edmonton is elite, and it's a cup, yeah, baby. Give it to me, Banger. Give me one.
Cup, yeah.
There it is. Mr. Burns.
Cup, yeah, or am I on delay right now?
You're good. You step in and yell cup here whenever you possibly need to yell cup here. Mr. Burns is in with $20. Says Miko who? Cup, yeah. Saws in $10. Jake motherfucking Wallman. What a stud. Cup, yeah, as well. What does this say? Rat boy? Shout out. Great Simpsons reference there. Someone after my own heart says Rantanen picked the wrong team. Cup, yeah. Alex is in $6.99. Nice. Says that game got me sweating. But damn, Mad Max Jones is a dog with a W in there. Jake Wallman, dog. Connor McDavid is back, also a dog. And the Edmonton Oilers are dogs. Cup year. Tammy's in, the ringleader, my queen of the super chats with $50. Says I am excited for 5 freaking goals. Hearts, stick taps for Ben always. And cup year. And we're not done there. Dayton's in $6.69. Jake Walmart dropping Rantanen like he's dropping prices, rollback prices. Cup yeah. And then Connor McDavid himself is in $4.99. Yeah. Realistically, we sweep this road trip. Hashtag cup year. As you can tell by the man on the screen with me this evening, I am joined by Sean, Pang, and Eben and Panger. That game. Positive vibes, much for 40 minutes. I joked here in my house saying, should I just start the show right now? Because the Oilers have a 4-goal lead. I should know better than that. I should know better than to put things like that out into the universe because the Oilers, little touch and go there in the third period. But Panger, your initial thoughts, your initial vibes on a big Edmonton Oilers W on Saturday night.
Absolutely. It kind of looked like when the Dallas Stars scored that early power play goal that, hey, we're talking about, hey, the Stars have some sick depth on their team that they're going to just take control of this game. But I like the Oilers bounce back. They scored, 5? They scored the next 5 goals, and they were on cruise control. And we were chatting during the group chat there. Hey, I think the Oilers have this one in the bag, but we know the Edmonton Oilers, and they battled a little bit of adversity in that third period, but hey, they pulled it off. And you know what? I'll say with just that 1-goal lead, they held it together pretty good defensively. So it was a big win overall. They came some adversity in the third there.
Yeah, the Edmonton Oilers, right? A win's a win. It's going to come against, as I mentioned, a top 3 team in the NHL. You knew it wouldn't be easy. You knew the Stars would find a way to come back. That is a Western Conference Finals preview if I have ever seen one before. And the vibe in the building tonight, the energy inside of Rogers Place, it was just on a different level. The vibes were different. Keep saying it's Saturday night, hockey night in Canada, right after the trade deadline. You've got new additions like Jake Wallman joining the lineup. You had Mikko Rantanen on the other side. Both guys wearing number 96 out there. But the Edmonton Oilers felt like they were dialed in from the start. Yes, they allowed the first goal, Wyatt Johnston, power play goal. But the Oilers after that, they were just owning puck possession, making smart plays. Looking at their forward group, I was, man, this is what I've been picturing in my head when I think about the Edmonton Oilers. They started with some good energy. I mean, you're down 1-0 to start the hockey game. You leave the first period up 3-1, and there was a number of beautiful, beautiful plays. The Zach Hyman breakaway, that pass from Jake Wallman, brother. We will go through it through the Greta scoring summary. We will watch it 100 times over, but it was beautiful. The Oilers felt like they were locked, loaded, dialed in, ready to start that hockey game, and frankly, Panger, it felt like a playoff hockey game tonight at Rogers Place.
Absolutely, and you nailed it in the text there. There's just a different energy all around, and we talked about it in the pregame. Perhaps the Oilers had a mindset, hey, the trade deadline is done. This is the team that we're rocking with down the playoff stretch. This is the team that we're going to go battle with, and they said, hey, boys, let's turn it on. And they absolutely did. They look like the Oilers that we saw in January, where they're just zipping pucks around, controlling it. Connor McDavid looking like Connor McDavid. They just looked like the team that we know and we love.
I got to say, the Oilers were around it offensively the whole game. You look at it, shots were 27-26 for the Oilers. It was weird. Halfway through the game, The shots were 11-10 for the Stars. And when you've got that much talent and offensive firepower out there on the ice, you would expect a little bit more. But that game had an incredible pace. We saw it in the Western Conference Finals for 6 straight games. It's an absolute fucking track meet, going up and down the ice, up and down, chances both ways. On pre-gaming, my key to victory was the team that could handle pucks better in the neutral zone and not be turning pucks over in their own end or at center ice, allowing the other team to quick strike offense, go down the ice and feast off the rush. But a number of Oilers super snake bitten coming into this one. And I got to say, to start, dude, Adam Henrique, wide open cage. He lifts that puck right over the net. Connor McDavid, wide open cage. He doesn't even get it on net, pushes it through the crease, completely misses it, but they stuck with it and they found a way. But the one thing I did notice in the game tonight, and something that's been plaguing the Oilers during their 2-3 week lull, whatever you want to say, since the Four Nations, but I felt like the Oil were getting into the dirty areas. They were getting in to the blue paint, banging away. We saw Zach Hyman score a classic Zach Hyman goal by fighting for a puck, being the one to get his stick on it, sitting there on the goal line. But furthermore from that, speaking about the offense, some boys got off the schneid in this hockey game, most notably one Victor Arvidsson. He needed that goal so bad, his 8th of the season. Pretty sure I counted it. He had gone 12 straight hockey games without a goal. Arvy was all over it. He had 5 shots on goal in this one, and the goal that he scored is kind of everything that hasn't gone right for him all season long. Normally, he's either falling over, he's fanning on the shot, or he's missing the net completely by 5 feet. But he was dialed in. He got off the schneid. Same goes for Connor Brown, who I see is in the chat having an absolute field day, because you better be. That's why he got the alter ego of CB28. And for him, even, that was ugly. That wasn't pretty. But he found a way to get that goal, banking it off of the laying down defenseman. You got to be lucky to be good, good to be lucky. Zach Hyman gets rewarded with 2 goals of his own. I saw somebody in the chat put, I need to have words with that post that robbed Zach Hyman of getting a hat trick. Still nuts to me. The Oilers don't have a single hat trick in this entire season. But Panger, what can you say about the Oilers' offensive effort tonight? Like I said, only 27 shots, but that's the kind of offense that's going to score goals.
Absolutely. Over the Oilers stretch where they were on a scoring slump, and on a little bit of a slump there, Leon Draisaitl was kind of taking the bull by the horns. Connor McDavid was kind of taking the bull by the horns. But they finally got some depth scoring. And like you said, they took the puck hard to the net. They were getting to the greasy areas. But overall, their legs were moving tonight. I don't know how many hits the Oilers had tonight, but everybody was hitting. Connor Brown, after he scored that goal there, it looked like he had a little bit of mojo and jump in his game too. So overall, the Oilers, they were just moving tonight, and it was really great to see that tonight.
Hits were 22-12 for the Edmonton Oilers. Not something that we have seen very often this season, where they out-hit the other team and out-hit them by double-digit margin in this one. The physicality was there. Jake Wallman was laying the fucking body. As I said, Mikko Rantanen, you don't want to get hit by the train. You get off the train tracks, or at least lift your head. Shout out right here. They put this together, this little highlight package. Maximum Jones laying him out behind the net. Also, Mikko Rantanen, you're looking at the ref there. What the fuck are you even beginning to complain about? What could you possibly complain about? And then this one, this was a thing of beauty.
Oh.
That's how you endear yourself to the new fan base there of Jake Wallman. As I said, instant fan favorite, just like Maximum Jones. Both guys, Wallman, I was impressed with his, pretty much everything in his game, in this hockey game. Ability to play with everyone, move the puck out of the zone. That pass to Zach Hyman was beautiful on the one bounce, but the physicality was very noticeable. Wallman got some good size as well. I really liked what I saw from him. Let me just take a scroll through here, because I want to see the ice time through the Oilers defensemen tonight, because we know no Matthias Ekholm. Nobby was clear pregame saying how this is going to need to be a community effort, and that Jake Wallman is paired with Troy Stetcher on the third pairing. He was going to get to play with everybody, move up, play either side, because we know Jake Wallman is a bit of a Swiss Army knife. And on the evening, he averaged 23 minutes and 11 seconds with the San Jose Sharks on the first pairing. Well, tonight he played 24 minutes and 40 seconds. He had 1 assist, 3 shots, 3 blocks, 2 hits. He was awesome in this hockey game. First Edmonton Oiler to ever wear number 96, Mikko Rantanen. I didn't want you. I wanted Jake Wallman the entire way. But Panger, what'd you think about Wallman's Edmonton Oilers debut?
Jake Wallman's Edmonton Oilers debut was absolutely fantastic, and he came as advertised. He came in billed as an excellent puck mover. He moved the puck well. That assist on Zach Hyman's goal there, a thing of beauty. And absolutely, that hit on Mikko Rantanen was another thing of beauty there. I got to say, and he got an assist on the game, couple hits, one big one. He led. I'm going to bring up the nerd stats right now because I think it's actually, he has some pretty good nerd stats, the fancy stats. He led all Oilers in expected goals for at 81.59% and scoring chances for 16-6 when Jake Wallman was on the ice tonight. So he had a heck of a game. Kudos to him. Jake Wallman really brought it tonight.
He was excellent. I see McKindry. Everyone's debut has been solid. I can't wait to see Trent Frederick in an Edmonton Oilers jersey as well, because he's the guy that we know is the most physical out of that 3 of the bunch, and I'm excited for that. Can also score some goals. Connor Brown's in. Wallman is saving his gritty for his first goal. If he doesn't gritty, if it's on home ice, he has to gritty in front of the Edmonton crowd because, once again, instant fan favorite if you do something like that. And after the way he played tonight, he might already be on the path to fan favorite. Kiana, can't wait to see this team when everyone is healthy. It is going to be electric. I agree with you. Oh, another super chat. Austin's in, $27.99. Jake, the Walmart shake. Zachary Martin bake. Slingshot engaged. Yeah, I love you, my ON fam. Glad I found a place here. You showed up. Bog for me on my birthday, as you do every cup year, baby. Bordzy shotguns, question mark, question mark, question mark. Austin, have you been drinking tonight? Because that grammar was absolutely terrible, but I appreciate every bit of it. Also, happy belated birthday. Everybody wish him a happy belated birthday. I believe Austin turned 28 on Thursday night. Final thing I want to bring up before we relive it in the Greta scoring summary. Connor McDavid in March is just a different animal, brother. He was all over the ice tonight, shot out of a cannon, dangerous with the puck everywhere he goes. And Connor McDavid is always dangerous. He just looks like he's gearing up for playoff Connor McDavid. He's got the speed. He was slicing and dicing through that team. And Connor, as I said off the hop, has scored a lot of disgusting goals in his NHL career. But he absolutely dangled Ilya Lyubushkin. Jockstrap still hanging from the rafters. And you got to say to Ilya Lyubushkin, hey, you're not the only one. Morgan Riley, it's happened to. Your own teammate, Miro Heiskanen, it's happened to. The entire New York Rangers team on the ice, it's happened to before as well. But Connor McDavid, Panger, was absolutely unreal in this hockey game. He finished with, of course, just looking forward here, 1 goal, 1 assist, +2. He had 4 shots on goal. I needed 3. Should have probably juiced that one up a little bit. But Panger, what can you say about the Oilers captain? He was a dog with a W this evening.
I think it's fair to say that Connor McDavid is back. He's back to his normal self, just the way he was zipping around with the puck. And that goal with Lyubushkin, I was thinking about that. I think that, and throw it in the chat if you think that, I think that ranks top 10 in his nicest goals he scored. It was absolutely disgusting. And I love on the broadcast when they showed it in slow-mo. That's how Connor McDavid processes that play in slow-mo when he's doing it, but he does it so fast. Just dangled, puts it through his legs, and then just absolutely roofs it on Jake Ottinger. Connor McDavid is back, and it's so nice to see.
It was absolutely disgusting. Like I mentioned, you just kind of feel bad for a guy when they're in that situation, because I don't think there's anything anyone can do. When you see Connor has got the step on you, he's gaining speed, you have to go backwards. All that can be going through your mind is, oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck. And then, of course, he goes out. He got past Lyubushkin, too, and you're like, dude, you need to bury this one because this is going to be a highlight, a top 10 real goal. I completely agree with you. Maybe one day on pre-gaming, we should rank all of the Connor McDavid goals, put them into S tier, A tier, B tier, do all that stuff. That could be fun on Oilers Nation every day. But somebody just said in your Asian lad, once again, hilarious name. He says, March McDangles, with a little bit of that out there because it was absolutely beautiful. Tammy, I'm Mick loving this. Mick embarrassed him as well. Give me your best puns because I'm sure Gene Principe would appreciate. All right, let's relive it all now with the Greta Bar scoring summary brought to you by my favorite spot in the entire city, Arcade Bar Street Food. Greta, Saturday night right now, 11 p.m. here in Edmonton. Oh, it's picking up at Greta right now. I wish I could be there. As I said before, they made new renovations this past week, bringing in a shit ton of new games, over $100,000 spent on these renovations. They even knocked out an entire wall and keg cooler back there. Don't worry, they still have all the coolers back there, all the kegs back there, but they open it up for more room, more games, more fun. And you can have that fun on Friday, March 14th coming up because it's flight night at Greta Bar, presented by Fountain Tire and in support of the Ben Stelter Foundation. You go to nationgear.ca, you buy a ticket to this event, once again, on a Friday night for an Oilers game, Oilers taking on New York. You get to watch pre-gaming with Bordzy live. I'm hosting the entire party. I don't know if you know, I give away free shit to absolutely everybody there. And then once you're there, you can get entered into, I believe it's going to be Oilers trivia. And if you win that trivia contest, you and a friend win a trip to come on the Nation vacation and come party with us in Vegas at the end of the month when the Oilers take on the Vegas Golden Knights for the last time in the regular season, and the Pacific Division could severely be on the line. Once again, $10 ticket to Greta could get you a $1,500 value Nation vacation. Actually, I guess it would be $3,000 value because it's for you and a guest as well. Don't walk, run to nationgear.ca, and I better see all of the loyal pre- and post-game fans at Greta. And also, even if you don't win, let's just get into one. Let's have a night on Friday nights because the Oilers, they're going to need us. But let's kick it off here. First goal of the game, 1-0 for the Dallas Stars. It's Wyatt Johnston's 24th of the year on the power play, assisted by Jason Robertson and Mikko Rantanen. As you see it there, Rantanen throws one on net from the faceoff. Dot Skinner does make the first save, but the rebound goes right out in front through one Ty Emerson's legs, I do believe. He was in the right spot, just couldn't get it as you see it there. And Wyatt Johnston, unbelievable player, still only 21 years old, has 24 goals now on the season. Panger, that's what happens when you take penalties against a team as stacked offensively as the Dallas Stars.
Absolutely. The Stars were zipping it around on this play really well. Rantanen kept it simple. He just threw a puck on net. And sometimes that's kind of what I want the Oilers to do on the power play. Hey, when things aren't working, throw a puck on net. Wyatt Johnston, Johnny on the spot, potted in the rebound there.
Yep, literally Johnny on the spot. Johnston on the spot. We then go. The Edmonton Oilers start to take over this hockey game. It's Zachary Martin-Hyman scoring his 21st of the season. Connor was he was a man possessed in this hockey game. He was all over it. There you see him using the wheels in the offensive zone, circling around like he does, and then decides behind the net, I'm going to try and rip this one right in front. Somehow sneaks in between Ottinger and the post. And who else but Zach Hyman is there to clean up the garbage as it's sitting there on the goal line, completely exposed. Johnny on the spot as well for Zach Hyman. That's nice to see from Hyman. It's not the same goal-scoring season as we got last year, but these are the type of goals that he was scoring last year, getting into the gritty areas, getting into the dirty areas.
Yeah, absolutely. This goal, it was right after the Dallas Stars scored there. So you got to love that response there. And I like it. Wallman was on the ice with them too. McDavid taking the puck hard to the net. And like you said, Zach Hyman hasn't had the season that he would have liked. However, down the stretches, if he continues to do this, that's just such a good thing for the Edmonton Oilers.
I'll take a 54-goal pace from here on out. That's totally fine with me, Zach. You've dealt with a lot this season, getting your face smashed in like a bag of chips as he said before. But then it's Zach Hyman's second goal of the game, and this one is the beautiful pass from Jake Wallman. Jake the Snake. He puts that one up in the air. You see Hyman, and it's fun here with new teammates. You don't know if he's going to have the confidence to send that puck over to Hyman, but he puts it up in the air, takes one bounce in behind Zach Hyman, somehow comes right in front of him, perfectly onside. Hyman goes down, and he goes forehand to backhand, somehow squeaks through one Jake Ottinger as the defenseman. I believe that was Ilya Lyubushkin, hot on Zach Hyman's ass. You see it there, the celebration with Jake Wallman. Had he grittied right there, I would have completely understood why he did so, because Panger, that pass was everything that we were told about Jake Wallman, right? He can move the puck. His ability for that first pass, that breakout pass, I thought they meant just on the ice. Once again, like Max Jones the last game. I apologize, Jake Wallman. I was not familiar with your game. That was nasty.
Yeah, he came in as billed as we were talking about. He can move the puck, and he's going to create chances for the Oilers 5-on-5, and that's exactly what he did there. That flip pass to Hyman. He has high confidence right now. That play is going to boost his confidence even more. And while he only does the gritty celly on OT winners, I wouldn't have minded him doing the Macarena there.
Ooh, yeah, no, maybe he needs a couple of different dance routines as well. Mackay and Dry says Jake and Bake. I like that one as well. Bosch, that pass from Wallman shows how he sees the ice. This is a good sign. Tammy, I love the point and the giant hug, and I like that point you made there, because from what we've heard here about Jake Wallman is he's a pretty confident guy in his own skills. He believes in what he can do. Having a career offensive season as the number one defenseman in San Jose, and you put him in a more insulated role here with the Edmonton Oilers, bits and pieces, I'm very curious to see. And once again, it was paraphrasing him pregame, but he's talking about my job. There are so many skilled forwards on this team. Give them the puck in prime opportunities. Try and fit in elsewhere. That was the definition of it right there. Can't say enough good things about Jake Wallman. And guess what? We might say more good things in the good for the good, bad, and oily. Don't worry. We're not done there. Victor Arvidsson scores his 8th of the season in the first period. Evan Bouchard with a beautiful pass, dude, tape to tape over 2-1 Victor Arvidsson, and he blasts that thing past Jake Ottinger. That was his first goal in 13 games. He had gone the previous 12 without a goal. I kind of mentioned it there before, but these are the type of goals that have not been going in for Victor Arvidsson all season long. They haven't even been hitting the net. I laughed somebody in the chat earlier. He had a great game tonight, but they said he had less than 10 seconds of being on his bum in this hockey game. I agree. That was awesome. I couldn't believe it. I was honestly shocked at points in this hockey game because he looked dialed in. He looked very focused. But Panger, these are the goals that RV has scored for much of his very long NHL career. He scored 30 goals multiple times. He scored 20 goals more often than not in the NHL because he can do things like this. He does have a shot like this. And shout out Evan Bouchard because he put that puck on a fucking platter for Victor Arvidsson.
Yeah, absolutely. Victor Arvidsson has been looking for this exact type of goal all season. On his off wing one timer, he'll shoot it from everywhere. Maybe he finally got his skate sharpened and he could dig his edges into the ice, and he ripped it home. And his celly was even better too. So kudos to Victor Arvidsson getting off the schneid, and here's hoping he builds confidence down the stretch.
Before, and I didn't put it on the Bordzy's bankroll, but I was looking. The line was at 1.5 shots on goal for Victor Arvidsson. And I was like, that seems like way too crazy. I went and looked. The guy has barely any shots in his last 5 games. And then tonight goes out and peppers 5 separate shots on goal. Shout out to Victor Arvidsson. We then come to the second period. And this is a thing of absolute beauty from one Connor McDavid. Stuart Skinner makes a beautiful save on the other end. And before you know it, 97 shot out of a cannon, completely undresses Ilya Lyubushkin. I said it before. All that can be going through his mind is, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. This is Connor McDavid. I've seen this movie on highlight reels before. What can I do? The moment Connor gets around him and is able to corral that puck, you just knew that puck was going to go in. Jake Ottinger, he's half attempting for the poke check there. You see his hand on the knob of his stick. And Connor McDavid just making him look silly, going forehand to backhand, raising it over Jake Ottinger's shoulder for Connor McDavid's 24th goal of the season. I could watch this 100 times over and over. I probably will watch this 100 times over and over. The moment this show is over, classic Connor doesn't even crack a smile after he scores a disgusting goal like this. Panger, we are so blessed to be able to watch this night in and night out. And as we get closer to the NHL playoffs, something tells me that we're going to be seeing more and more of this from Connor McDavid. Yes, he's had a down season by Connor McDavid stretches, I guess. They did show a graphic on Sportsnet today. Wild to see the amount of dudes underperforming this season compared to last year's numbers. They're like Connor's only on pace for 107 points. Oh my God, what first world problems that we're having here. But Connor McDavid, Panger, this was disgusting.
Absolutely gross. Connor McDavid doing Connor McDavid things, and you called it in the pregame. You're like, I think Connor McDavid is going to have an absolutely crazy night tonight, and he did. This is one of those Connor McDavid signature moments. You asked me the keys to the game before in the pregame there, and I said, hey, if I was Nobby, I'd say, hey, boys, attack that right side D, Ilya Lyubushkin, and that's exactly what he did. He identified kind of a weak point, and he absolutely, I'm going to use the word dummied. He dummied Ilya Lyubushkin there, and then just the finish, that tuck on Ottinger, who's an amazing goaltender. Connor McDavid is feeling it right now.
I hope Miro Heiskanen sent Ilya Lyubushkin a text right after the game. And he's like, hey, dude, happens to the best of us. He embarrasses literally everybody in the NHL night in, night out. There's a long list of NHL defensemen that have been burned on a play like that before. So, hey, it's not all bad, Ilya Lyubushkin, but that's going to be leading Sportsnet, all the top 10s tomorrow, everything. Even American ESPN is going to be showing that highlight through and through tomorrow. Don't worry, it gets better as Connor Brown scores his 8th goal of the season. And this one was just unassisted. Connor Brown all on his own, forcing a turnover in the neutral zone. Tries to go on a 2-on-1 there with Matthias Janmark. You got to be lucky to be good to be lucky, as I can't see what defense. Oh, it's Thomas Harley there. Lays down in the perfect moment, does everything that he's asked to do. He's able to block that pass, but it goes directly right back to Connor Brown, and he is able to bury his own rebound. Took him 55 games to score 1 goal last season. Well, in game 63, he's got 8 now on the year, and those are the goals that you see from Connor Brown, starting in the defensive end, coming off the rush. Surprised that wasn't shorthanded when you see Brown and Janmark coming down on a 2-on-1, but this was a thing of beauty. Another guy getting off the schneid tonight for the Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah, Connor Brown got the legs going here. And the one thing on this play, they got a lucky bounce, which in their little slump that they had, they weren't getting lucky bounces. So you got to be good to be lucky and lucky to be good. And Connor Brown was both on this play. Good to see him get off the schneid as well.
I just counted it. Connor Brown had gone the 9 previous games before this without scoring a goal. So good for him. Always love to see one go through the hoop. So you're sitting there. The Oilers are up 5-1. Feeling pretty good after 40 minutes. Should have known better than that. I'm mad at myself that I got excited here because Mikko Rantanen, third period, 5 minutes, 6 seconds in, scores his 28th goal of the season. He is on my fantasy team, so I will, I guess, kind of welcome this. So is Jake Wallman. Shout out to that boy. But Rantanen scores one here. He was getting beaten up in this hockey game. There's really no other way to put it. I think I was going to give him the doom before he scored this goal. The moment I saw this one go in, I went, damn it. Don't think I can do that. The Stars on the power play yet again. They are loaded. 2 goals this evening on the power play. Rips it from the faceoff dot. Beats Stuart Skinner. Not much I can ask of Stuart Skinner there. Leon Draisaitl scores that one night in and night out. We always talk about what a beautiful snipe it is, how it's labeled, how no goaltender can stop it. Well, Mikko Rantanen looked pretty similar to Leon Draisaitl on this goal.
Yeah, after taking a beating all night, Rantanen, that's why they pay him 12 sheets there a season. That was an elite shot, an elite snipe. There's nothing you could really do on that play from Stuart Skinner.
Why is Tammy seeing please no? Oh, because we're going through all the Stars goals. Okay, well, you already gave your $50, Tammy. Panger, the other day on the show, when the others got absolutely dummied by the Ducks, Tammy put in $50 if I would skip the entire Greta scoring summary. She put in $50. I skipped the entire Greta scoring summary. We will relive this one. Jamie Benn scores his 16th goal of the year, assisted by Cody Ceci and Evgeny Dodonov. Dodonov makes a hell of a play behind the net here, finding a way to throw it out in front. And then Jamie Benn, he might be old, but he's still got hands in front of the net, similar to a guy like Corey Perry on the Edmonton Oilers. That was a sick kind of no-look spinorama backhand shot from Jamie Benn, whatever you want to call it, but right out in front of the net in a dangerous area. And this one came 11 seconds after the Mikko Rantanen goal. So you had a 4-goal lead. Snap your fingers, you blink your eyes. All of a sudden, the Oilers are only up 2 goals. I saw Waz made a tweet from the Oilersnation account because he was busy clipping the Rantanen goal that he didn't even see this next goal. And then he looks up and he goes, 5-3 Oilers. What the hell just happened? But nice goal there from one Jamie Benn, the play from Evgeny Dodonov behind the net. But they pounced back quick. And they were back in this game, and I was nervous, Panger.
You know what? I know this team too well. I knew on that shift that Dallas was going to score. It just seemed like kind of Oilers hockey. It just really seemed like Dallas was going to score and make it interesting. Yeah, I mean, it was a good goal. Do I wish Brett Kulak would have boxed out Jamie Benn a little bit? Absolutely. But what can you do? That was a nice backhand.
And then it's only 4 minutes and 1 second later. Quick math from Bordzy right there. Matt Dumba entering into the offensive zone. He kind of gets one left on a platter as the Stars, they're coming with speed. They're moving up the rush. You'll see it. It'll come back. Bang. He rips that one. That was his first goal of the season, assisted by Mason Marchment and Mikael Granlund. Stuart Skinner, he makes that first stop, but the rebound deflects off of Ty Emerson and directly goes in. Emby, he had a bad night from that spot, specifically to the right of Stuart Skinner. We saw the first goal of the game from Wyatt Johnston kind of goes through Emby's legs, and that one as well. Stu makes the first stop, but rebound goes to Emby right off his skates and in. And once again, what are you going to do there? Emby, you're in the right spot. You're doing the right thing. It's just a bad bounce, bad luck. But that's what makes you so nervous when the Oilers are kind of crumbling here in the third period. Panger, what'd you think of this one? Tough one for Stu, tough one for Ty Emerson.
Yeah, overall, what you said, that was a tough one. There's not much you can do on that. Good shot, lucky bounce. Ty Emerson looks up in the sky, is like, oh shit, did that actually happen? Are they mounting this comeback? But hey, fortunately, the Oilers were able to pull off.
Chris Brown says, "Are you sure we don't need a new goalie?" There's so many jokes I want to make about Chris Brown, but I'm just going to find a way to not do that right now. Zone in, Aaron Bordato, there you go. And then Minecraft says, does that count as -1 for the block tracker, Bordzy? No, it doesn't. But don't worry, we'll get into the tattoo bet a little bit later because Brett Kulak continues to build his lead. But that right there, that's with 9:18 into the first period or into the third period. After that, Stuart Skinner is able to shut the door. It was scary. It was nervous. It was touch and go. But the Edmonton Oilers hold on and do defeat the Dallas Stars by a score of 5-4. Stuart Skinner, 21 saves on 25 shots. He's going to have an .840 save percentage for the box score hunters, as I call them out there. But I do think Stu was better than that. Somebody said earlier, all 4 goals, maybe not necessarily on Stu. Either way, he gets the W, and against a team like the Dallas Stars, that's all I'm asking for from Stuart Skinner. Let's go now to the good, the bad, and the oily, brought to you by Oodle Noodle, my favorite spot for some noodles in the entire city. And you can download the Oodle Noodle app, order takeout or delivery, and you That's right. You can earn free Oodle Noodle. New customers get 1,500 loyalty points when they join and download the app, which is actually $15 in real value. Hey, you want 15 free dollars? Well, go download the app, sign up, create an account, do everything, and you yourself can be munching on some Tokyo Glaze, baby. The Oodle Noodle app is available in the Apple Store and the Google Play Store, so go check them out. All right, people, you can add on to Good, Bad, and Noise if you want. Pat, hit it for me here, because the good, we're going with Jake Wallman's debut on the evening. I said he played 24 minutes and 40 seconds. He had 3 shots on goal, 3 blocks, 2 hits, was all over the ice, and of course, 1 beautiful assist to spring Zach Hyman on a breakaway. And he was just all over the ice, moving the puck incredibly well. Exactly as advertised, like we had mentioned before. He was stepping up to take the body. Evening capped off. I don't know which highlight I love more. Him raising that puck up, 1 bounce on a platter to Zach Hyman as he's gaining the blue line for a beautiful goal, or absolutely leveling Mikko Rantanen at center ice with his head down. It was a thing of beauty. That's one of the best debuts you can ever have. Look at that hit as he absolutely lights him up, brother. Jake Wallman. I really can't say enough good things about this guy. I don't know if we should expect him to be playing 24 minutes and 40 seconds when Matthias Ekholm enters back into the lineup. But all I know is the Edmonton Oilers D-core is a lot better with Jake Wallman inside of it than when he wasn't a part of it and he was with the San Jose Sharks. The good, it's Jake the Snake Wallman's debut.
Yeah, what a debut it was. As you mentioned, got an assist over 24 minutes. And the one thing that he has, we talked about confidence, but he has swagger, and he brought that swagger tonight, and he's bringing the swagger to the Edmonton Oilers. I'm so excited to see what he brings to the Oilers down the stretch into the playoffs. And another cool thing, we got him for another year at minimum too.
Stan Bowman.
Hats off to Jake Wallman for a great game tonight.
Stan Bowman has just done excellent work here for the Edmonton Oilers. I was pretty happy with the trade deadline here. I think my letter grade is B- to a B, but from what I've seen from both Max Jones and Jake Wallman, and we still have yet to even see the probably number 2 addition there in one, Trent Frederick, still dealing with an injury. But baby, I am excited. The bad, pretty obvious for this hockey game, and we went with the third period collapse in a matter of 9 minutes and 18 seconds. The Oilers allowed 3 unanswered goals in the third period, one of them being on the power play. Yes, some bad luck, bad bounces there, you could say, on the Matt Dumba goal as well, but it was scary, man. We were maybe a little too confident after 40 minutes. Maybe I'm just speaking personally here. I was too confident after 40 minutes, but it was ugly in the third. The ice was completely tilted. And like I said, it was so similar to Game 6 of the Western Conference Finals last year. Once again, though, in the clutch, in the moments when you need them, Stuart Skinner was able to stand tall. But Banger, that's something you can't allow against one of the better teams in the NHL, in the Dallas Stars. They're down. They're never out of a hockey game. You give them a man advantage. You let them have a good bounce, and they're going to make you pay, brother.
I think it was more so the Dallas Stars got momentum off their 1 power play goal. I think they just raised their level versus the Oilers kind of dialing it back. And then, they just raised their level that I guess the Oilers couldn't compete with it in that moment. So overall, hats off to the Dallas Stars for mounting that comeback. But bigger props to the Edmonton Oilers. They stayed resilient there. Hey, with that up by 1 goal, that last 5 minutes, I can't say it was a defensive clinic per se, but they played really well defensively. So they came close, but they kept it tight. And kudos to the Oilers for pulling off the win overall.
A dub is a dub, baby. Doesn't matter what is around it. And that's a good point you make there. I was very curious what was said in the Stars locker room in that second intermission, because they came out in the third period like an entirely different team. They looked hungry. They looked motivated. Maybe there was a tongue lashing in there. Who knows? Maybe after the second or third time Mikko Rantanen got lit the fuck up, he decided to wake up a little bit, because then he did score a pretty nasty goal on the Dallas Stars power play. With good comes bad, with bad comes Oily, and we went with Connor McDavid's goal, man. Added to the highlight reel once again. He said, poor Ilya Lyubushkin, his jock strap will be hanging up in the rafters of Rogers Place for quite some time. They made a good point there, Kevin Bieksa, in the intermission, and he goes, at that point, you should just straight up Lawrence Taylor tackle the shit out of Connor McDavid, because you'd save yourself the embarrassment, save yourself being on the highlight reel. As I said, not the first guy to get beat. Really picking this as the Oily was just an excuse so I could watch this highlight over a couple more times, adding to that 100 total that I will hit by the end of the evening. But for Lyubushkin, when you see Connor McDavid bearing down on you in the way he was there, you already know it's over, brother. Ottinger tries to execute the poke check there, and Connor McDavid makes him look silly just like he did one Ilya Lyubushkin.
Yeah, I even saw online that some people were calling it the goal of the year. Right now I can't think of any other better ones, and maybe I just kind of have recency bias, but this was absolutely disgusting. Again, McDavid's back. It's a good sight to see. And he just absolutely dummied Jake Ottinger at the end there. Love it.
I'm trying to think of other top highlight reel goals in the NHL right now, and I'm having a hard time doing that. The first one that popped in my head was Nathan McKinnon undressing the shit out of Evan Bouchard in a very, very similar play to that one, which we saw earlier in the season. But no, that wouldn't be the best goal this year. I'm curious. People in the chat, let me know. What do you think is the number one goal this season? But that'll do it for the good, the bad, and the oily. Brought to you by Oodle Noodle. Let's go now to some booms and some dooms. Brought to you by Odd Company, Nation Beer, Everyday Lager. Perfect for game day, perfect for every day of the week. You can pick them up 2 Odd Company locations in the Edmonton area, downtown, or their Ritchie location, or check out liquorconnect.com and find out which local liquor stores are carrying these. Or do as I always say, just go to the liquor store attendant by your house, be very polite, ask very nicely, and say, hey, dude, do you think you could start ordering Odd Company Nation beer here? And it's very simple. It's really a click of a button for them on that computer. I've done it in every liquor store in Sherwood Park now at this point, and they'll get them in stock. They'll get them for you. And you can be enjoying these bad boys. They're tall boys. 473 milliliters, so you get a little bit extra in there. And as I said, perfect for game day, perfect for any day of the week. Throw in your booms, throw in your dooms. The Costco guys were actually at the LA Kings game today at Crypto.com Arena. Not a huge fan of Quentin Byfield, but he scored a goal in this one, and he immediately starts doing the boom in his goal celebration. So shout out to Big Justice and AJ. The Rizzler was there as well. I feel like for people past the age of, I don't know what, they have no fucking idea what I'm talking about right now, but that's where the boom and doom comes from. Banger, let me know. You're my guest, so I'll be a gentleman. Who do you want to give your big fat boom to this evening?
I mean, I won't say the obvious one because I think it undoubtedly is Jake Walman. So I will go with Max Jones. What a second game he had for the Edmonton Oilers here. He led the team with 5 hits in like just over 7 minutes of ice time, and he laid a big boom on Mikko Rantanen, and Rantanen's like, "Whoa, why do you hit me?" And I love it. He mixed things up, and afterwards, Matt Dumbo tried to go at him a little bit, so he played his role excellent tonight. So my boom goes to Max Jones here.
Yeah, Maximum Jones, sorry. He's the definition of a boom, man. He's bringing a spark. He's bringing energy into this lineup. Like you said, he did not play a lot in this game. I think more noticeably in the third period, but he's big. He's physical. He skates hard, and he's got some sneaky offensive skill to him as well. Really like what I've seen. Mackay and Dry just said Max Jones with no sophomore game slump. Yeah, his follow-up was, I mean, he didn't have a point in this hockey game like he did in the other one, but that's not what I'm judging Max Jones's game off of. I want to see the energy he brings, frankly, forgive my pun, but the boom that he brings as well. For me and my booms, I'm going to go with Zach Hyman because it's been a minute since I have given him a boom in an Edmonton Oilers hockey game. Finishes as the high point man for the Oilers, 3 points, 2 goals, 1 assist, had 5 shots on the evening as well. No hits, and he only played, 18-13 in the hockey game, but I thought he was noticeable all over the place. I said earlier, the Oilers were just in the dirty areas, banging and crashing, scoring goals that you're going to be scoring come the NHL playoffs. Nothing comes easy there, and I thought Zach Hyman was pretty good. Was really, really hoping he could get the first hat trick of the season for the Edmonton Oilers, but that unfortunately did not happen. Any other booms that I see here in the chat? Jeff Skinner, boom. All the hits. Yep, absolutely. Oilers goat, boom. Wallace. I'm assuming he meant Wallman. Yep. Kiana, boom. Maximum Pain Train Jones. Yep, 100%. Jay. Victor Arvidsson, 100%. Could also be getting a boom in this hockey game. And now there's Peyton. There's intern Peyton just continuing to commit to his love of Matthias Janmark. He ain't getting a boom from me in this hockey game. Now, get to be a little bit negative here. Panger, I'll let you go first. Throw in your dooms in the chat. Pang, who brought the doom tonight for you?
I'll throw one out. Whoever gave Stan Bowman food poisoning there, they mentioned on the broadcast, maybe that one. But I don't know. Maybe I'll throw another one too. I hate to do it because he's your boy, but Brett Kulak. If I'm going to pick one, and the reason being, I think he took the penalty that led to the comeback for the Dallas Stars there. And then on the very next shift, he kind of failed to box out Jamie Benn. That's the only thing that I could critique there. Other than that, I love Brett Kulak. Stony Plain zone. He's a good Stony Plain boy there, but I got to give it to Brett Kulak to do, unfortunately.
Hey, it's all right. We can be open and honest in here. I said earlier in the week, I think it was last week or whatever, Brett Kulak had 2 of the best games of his career. He was the best Oiler on the ice for 2 straight games. He was battling an illness. That next game coming back, he was absolute dog shit. And I sat here and said, hey, he did not play very well. I'm still going to love him unconditionally for the rest of my life. Shout out Brett Kulak. But for me and my doom, I see Bosch threw it in here, and it's what I had written down as well. Kapanen, no connection with anyone tonight. It seemed I hated Kasperi Kapanen's game in this hockey game. He looked like he didn't even want to be out there on the ice. He took a penalty in the second period, and there was one. Max Jones could have been sprung on a breakaway, was banging his stick on the ice, screaming for that puck. Kapanen, not even looking at him, continues to go with the puck. Max Jones is way offside, and I forgive Max Jones in that moment because you send that puck, especially what we've seen from I Want That. Kapanen just kind of not even looking at him, takes it offside, whistle gets blown. You see Jones looking, he's kind of smiling, looking a little frustrated, confused. Kapanen, they cut to him. He's not even looking at Max Jones. He's just in his own world, skating back to the bench. I've been frustrated by Kasperi Kapanen's game lately. I do not understand why he is in the lineup over guys like Jeff Skinner. I guess it's because he's capable of playing the 4C role. In my opinion, Matthias Janmark should be sliding down to that 4C. He's not doing anything on that third line offensively, I will say. And we've seen him. He can play that 4C role. I'd like to see Jeff Skinner get a game. Maybe not. He's not going to get every game because we know that about Chris Knobloch. But the fact that Kasperi Kapanen has been so consistently in this lineup over the last week and a half, I simply do not get it. I'm very frustrated by it. I loved him out of the gate when he joined the Edmonton Oilers because he was bringing the boom. Forgive my pun again, but he was hitting guys. He was playing in the top 6. He was doing all the little things like a Vasily Podkolzin does. Lately, I'm not seeing much positive out of Kapanen's game. That doesn't mean he can't find it again. But with the way Nobby's been treating this team for the last year and a half, if you play bad, you get taken out of the lineup, and you got to hold guys accountable. I just haven't seen that enough from Kasperi Kapanen. I'm curious what you guys all say. Looks like the chat kind of completely agrees with me with that. Yep, Kapanen out, Skinner in, bring in Savoy. He was trying to do too much. Offsides was brutal. Kapanen out. It was not pretty. Kapanen wore the jeans tonight. You wouldn't get that banger, but that is absolutely hilarious. I don't know. I just didn't like his game, and I think he deserves to watch one from the press box. Banger, you picking up when I'm laying down? What did you think of Kasperi Kapanen tonight?
I like your point of view because it's something that I didn't see, but like now that you mentioned it, I definitely do. I think with him, when he joined the Oilers, he was on the first couple lines, and then he got dropped to the bottom six, and then I think kind of like with Jeff Skinner, he's taken any role that's been given to him, and I think right now he's tried. He mentioned that he hasn't played center since he's been drafted, right? So he's kind of in a position where he hasn't really played before, but that being said, like you mentioned, in that position, is he excelling? Not really. He's just kind of in the lineup. He's not really contributing too much. So yeah, I like your point. I'd probably give him a rest and put Jeff Skinner in and then kind of find a better role from him when the Oilers sort out their lines.
Right, and once again, you take him out for one game. That doesn't mean you're taking him out for the rest of the season or you're sending him down or anything. Nobby has utilized this very well in his tenure so far with the Edmonton Oilers. I just think he hasn't been consistent with it when it comes to Kasperi Kapanen, but as we know, he might just fucking hate Jeff Skinner, so it might be that situation. I don't know, but either way, I digress. Kasperi Kapanen, you get the doom in this hockey game tonight. Let's go now to Bordzy's Bankroll, brought to you by Bet365. Bordzy's Bankroll Bet365 is a proud partner of Oilersnation After Dark. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary. And breaking news coming from Bet365, where every nail-biting overtime win is a barn burner. Every faceoff, hat trick, power play, shot on goal, penalty shot, and every suspenseful minute in between is amazing. Whatever the moment, never ordinary. Download the app today if you are 19 years of age or older. Please play responsibly. Only bet what you're willing to lose and do so responsibly. I mean that through and through. Be smart out there. Hit it for me here, Patrick Puff, because the Bordzy's Bankroll kicks off. I said on the pregame show, if you give me Connor McDavid 2 points with a plus sign next to it, I'm going to smash it. Pat, hit it for me. Bing. There it is. The next one. Nice. I was wondering if you were going to bring in the sound of I love that, baby. Ding, ding, ding. Connor McDavid over 2.5 shots. I think it was on loop there. I didn't hit 8 bets, but I just got 8 dings there as well. The next one, McDavid over 2.5 shots on goal at -155. Ka-ching for the boards, man. That one, we get our second of the evening. So again, Connor McDavid, I really thought he was going to have a legendary McDavid performance. He turns out to do it, and we were able to profit off of that. But then, unfortunately, we did not get the clean sweep. Brett, give me the sound. Give me the red X. I hate that. If I was on Family Feud, I would fucking hate that sound, man. Oh, sorry. Excuse my language there. But Evan Bouchard, he not only doesn't get 3 shots, he doesn't get 2 shots. He doesn't get 1 shot. Evan Bouchard finished with a big fat 0 in the shots on goal department. He also only played 18:37 in this hockey game, which I did find a little unusual for the Oilers defenseman. But, he didn't have any glaring errors in this one. He did have 1 assist. So the bankroll goes 2 for 3 this evening. Looking for that clean sweep parlayed together. They were all plus 40, but I do bet them all individually. Responsibly parlay them together. Once again, only bet what you are willing to lose. Let's go now. I think we should talk about the tattoo bet now, because Brett Holden is actually out in Jasper right now. He's at a wedding. He's in the he's a groomsman for his buddy's wedding. Sending me some Snapchats. Looks like a very lit time for producer Brad. So I hope he's having a bang up time and doesn't feel too bad tomorrow. But I think he's the sweatiest guy in the world right now. Probably on the dance floor right now. Tie around his head. Super sweaty on the D floor. And I'm happy that he doesn't have to see this, because Brett hit it for me. Brett Kulak continues to grow his lead over Ty Emerson in the block shots department. Brett Kulak has 1 to finish the evening here on his 1 block shot in the game, while Ty Emerson, big old donut, and he actually had a couple opportunities for those, Probably could have saved some goals, but he did not. So the lead grows to 6 blocked shots. Panger, I'm curious. So people, by the end of March, I think, Brett and I are going to have our choices narrowed down. 3 tattoo ideas for me, 3 tattoo ideas for Brett, and then we'll present them to you guys. We might let you vote on them. If they're 3 that we are all comfortable with, then I feel like, hey, let's leave it up to you guys and let's let you get involved. But one of the ideas has been discussed is me getting that picture of Brett in a piece of bread. I'm getting my tattoo on my thigh so I can hide it, and I've never had one before. Also, so I can do it live on the air, still host a show. But could you imagine if I got that photo of Brett Holden on my skin the rest of my life? I already cannot forget him, but that way I for sure will not be forgetting him.
Oh my gosh, that would be the best. I think just because just the pigmentation color of your skin will blend very good with the bread, and then Brett's face will be absolutely highlighted. That would look fantastic, I feel. I think that would look really good.
Kiana says iconic tattoo. Bread tat would go so hard. OMG, can I pick? The ladies would love the thigh bread. Yeah, you're damn right they would. So who knows? Once again, Tammy says, can I pick? I'm pretty sure it's not 100%, but I'm pretty sure that is the plan that Brett and I are going to do because it's all in the name of content and it's funny. That's something that I excuse a lot of the things I do. And I go, it's funny. So therefore, I'm still going to do it. So I hope you guys enjoy that. And that will do it for us on Oilers Nation After Dark this evening. Biggest shouts out to all you in the chat. It's super late right now. 14 minutes until midnight. Saturday night, though, Oilers get a W, 2 in a row. We're technically going streaking. Just 14 more for that 16-game heater. And I hope you enjoy your Saturday night. Like I mentioned, go out to Greta. They got new games. They got all kinds of drink deals. Tell them Bordzy sent you. See what that can do for you. I'm sure it'll get you a free beer or something. Maybe tell them I'm your friend. Maybe not that you're in the chat. But either way, take the swing, see what you can do. Either way, the point being, I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. A lazy Sunday tomorrow. No Sunday scaries for Bordzy. The Edmonton Oilers have won 2 hockey games in a row. Big shouts out to you, Sean Pang and Eben, writer at Oilers Nation. So if you liked some of the takes he was given tonight, be sure to check the website. He just wrote a banging article on getting to know new Oilers defenseman Jake Wallman. Yes, it mentions the gritty, but there's a lot more in there as well. Panger, any final words for these lovely, lovely people in the chat, staying up late to hang out with both you and I? Everyone in the chat, I appreciate you all. You guys donated a ton tonight, so Ben Stelter Foundation is going to appreciate that. But Panger, any final words for the fans? Because the Oilers, they're so back.
Yeah, no. This tonight, this Oilers game, they look the Oilers of old. They look like the Oilers maybe of even last year in the playoffs. They're finally putting it together. Connor McDavid is feeling it, and Jake Wallman, what a beauty. I can't wait to see what this team does down the stretch. And hey, guys, go out and celebrate tonight.
Go and celebrate. Have some Nation Beer Everyday Loggers. There was also one more super chat from Cup Yeah 27.99 says, can't wait for the Wonder Woman gritty. Wonder Woman, I love that. Stick taps for Ben. Can I get a Cup Yeah? And that will do it for us. I love and appreciate
Cup Yeah.
You. Please, yep, I love that you're getting it in there. Throw down your courtesy like before you head out. Once again, we will be live back on this YouTube channel Monday, 12:01 Mountain Standard Time for Oilers Nation every day. And we will get to relive that game and watch that Connor McDavid goal at least 5 to 10 more times in that one. So add that to the total. Over and out. Sleep tight, everybody. Have a great night. Let's go, Oilers.